青い強がって飛び乗って風に流って青空昨日を越えろ Hey, what's shaking, everybody? It's time for Talking Mons. It is our Digimon Adventure 2020 recap podcast. My name is JD, and I am joined, as usual, by my two good friends, Jeanette and Gary.
Hello!
Hi, y'all.
And this week, we are still playing catch-up, so we are going to be cramming 3 episodes in again. We're going to be talking about episode 54 through 56. Gotta say, I actually kind of like this grouping of episodes, some more than others, but, you know, we'll get to there. So we'll go ahead and start with episode 54, which is called The Vagrant War Demon Rebellomon. So we are following Tai and Agumon as they trance around the world, trying to follow the other kids as they have their own little side adventures. But this one does not have any of the other children in it. Instead, it is kind of a return of an old character. But basically, it is Tai and Agumon come upon this group of little chainsaw wielding little ball men attacking this little bunny guy. And
Name's literally Cutemon.
Yeah, literally Cutemon. I'm pretty sure Cutemon's from like the Digimon Fusion era of things, if I remember correctly.
Palmon is my new favorite Digimon.
It's a cute little bunny with headphones. What's not to love? But Cutemon is then saved by Rebellomon, who is this big green troll dude that from the torso down is basically a giant wheel and also has like buzzsaw strapped to his arms.
If you thought Junkmon was an abomination against nature.
I mean, pretty much Rebellomon is what I assume Mad Max Fury Road is in Digimon form.
Oh, I thought it was pretty cool, actually. I really liked him.
No, I like him. He's cool. But apparently Rebellomon has just been going around challenging other strong Digimon because, like, that's just what he do. Until it kind of comes back to bite him in the ass and, like, Boltmon, which I was very happy to see Boltmon because I've always liked him. He's just big flipping Frankenstein with a battle axe. He came back to like finish kicking his ass from earlier, and Rebellomon kind of has to, learn some humility and rise up against odds and all that. So it ends well.
Yes.
So what did you guys think about this one?
I loved it. This is probably my favorite of the 3, to be honest.
Animation is good, but I feel like it feels like a filler, but the production doesn't feel like a filler.
I guess I can understand that.
Yeah.
I really liked this episode, really only for the fact that, I mean, kind of spoilers here. I mean, if you're listening to this, I assume you figured that much, but it's very much hinted at, if not all out stated, that Rebellomon is actually Ogremon way back, but he evolved into a weird Mad Max monster man.
Still have green skin and a sign of broken horn.
Yeah, because he has the little ring on his horn. I mean, you get your first hit when he's fighting Greymon, and Greymon like fights back using his front horn, and it kind of flashes to when Ogremon and Greymon did the same thing. So that's kind of your first hit, and then it kind of like makes a note of his potentially broken horn at the very end. And even Tai and Agumon is like, he seems kind of familiar. It couldn't be. Nah, and then they just leave.
And they're like, and it totally is, and that's awesome.
Yeah. But I like that, we kind of get to see this guy who was kind of an antagonist, kind of turned heel at the last second. What he's been up to, and apparently he's just been like fighting his way through the desert, I guess.
I thought he died. Like, I guess I misremembered.
I was under the impression he was dead, but I guess not.
It's kind of like one of those. He didn't digivolve into Data. It was like kind of those fade to black, like death. So I can see him coming. I can understand. Like I doesn't. I don't know how he got out of the situation, but I can see him why he came back.
Yeah. So I'm more curious to see if he pops back up because, like, at the end of this, like, him and Cutemon ride off into the sunset. So I wonder if he's gonna join the live up to his name and join the rebellion that's going on. So, not really sure there.
I like that. Ogremon / Rebelmon now has a friend.
Yeah, he's got a little bunny friend riding around with him,
Healing him and everything.
right?
Also, one thing I legit dug is that at the beginning of this episode, why does Cutemon live in this? I know they try to kind of explain it, wasteland, and Cutemon's like, I just prefer living here in a cave. And then he's commenting on how perfect Agumon and Tai's battle is. I'm just like, Cutemon's just thirsty for blood. That's just the reality.
Cutemon wants to see some death, and god damn it, they're gonna see it.
Yep.
I need to see some carnage, man. But yeah, I mean, other than the kind of like fact we kind of see Ogremon come back in a new form, I mean, it's just watching him fight a bunch of dudes the whole episode. He fights some chainsaw dudes. He fights a bunch of pigs, and he fights a Frankenstein.
Yep.
With kind of the help of Agumon, except he tells Agumon to fuck off at one point. So
it's not actually nice that it's not Tai and Agumon saving the day, like literally speaking.
Yeah, I mean they're kind of there for it, but like Rebellimon kind of like saves Cutemon from being stomped to death. So
yes,
and then okay, I meant to bring this up. I love the fact that Boltmon gets sawed in the chest by his own axe.
Yes.
And I like that they have to take a split second to show you that he's a robot on the inside, so it makes it okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love how that it keeps spinning after he missed like catching it. It is not impale. It just keeps spinning like a saw.
No, yeah. It just keeps going. It's like, it's a big saw in his chest, and he a big Frankenstein robot, man, so he could take it. He's fine. But no, that was cool. That was cool. I don't remember ever seeing him in any of the animes that I've seen, so it was cool to finally see him animated because, like I said, he's been one of my longtime favorite Digimon because he cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anything else about this one you want to talk about?
Well,
nope.
I said this feels like a filler, but if what you say is true, then it's necessary. Like about him coming back in a future episode.
Yes.
So I do hope to see him again.
We're gonna say filler with an asterisk right now. Okay. So we will move on to the next episode, which is called Guys, the Digimon School is under attack.
What could that episode title mean?
There's a Digimon school and it's under attack, Gary. It's right there. So this one follows Mimi and Palmon, where their Digivice compass has led them back to the Tanamon village, if you remember that. Remember when Mimi was first found and she was a queen of a bunch of plant people?
Yes.
Like fucking 40, 50 episodes ago. So she goes back there, and in place of the village, a school has been built, run by the literal grandma and grandpa Digimon. But Babumon is the big grandma, and she runs the school and is trying to teach Digimon the pure way of digivolving. She wants to teach pure and beautiful evolution
through hard work, not those lazy ways of murder.
Okay, I got some words for Babumon in a second here.
Yeah.
But yeah, she kind of like dupes, or not really dupes, but she kind of gets Mimi and Palmon to join the school for a couple days, and she just kind of puts them through the ringer, like doing a bunch of exercise, doing classes and all that stuff. And what's interesting is that like it's not just the Tanamon that are at this school. Like some of the Tanamon have evolved, and we have like a bunch of like really big Digimon, like Tuskmon, Sneemon, and Dromojimon are there. So like some big dudes are there, and they're all just like just trying to learn how to be good Digimans and learn how to evolve and stuff. So good for them, I guess. But then in a big shock, an old student comes back who he digivolved the wrong way. He didn't do well in school, and he got mad at the teacher and he ran away. I feel it's very fitting that he's the Bancho Mamimon. He's the school tough. And I have some words about Bancho Mamimon as well. But yeah, the big revelation here. Palmon finally got her final. Rosemon's here, everybody. The big weird flower dominatrix.
In the Japanese dub, it sounds like it should say Rosemon, and I like that more.
She's a bubbly drink. Yeah, so we get to see Palmon's final evolution finally. It seems like everybody but Joe's getting one these days.
Oh, Joe.
Poor Joe. But yeah,
I'm sure he'll be the final piece to the Mega Digimon abomination that will come.
I'm about to say him and Izzy are the only ones that don't have one yet. And fucking Tai and Matt coming around here with like multiples. So we'll get to that. But what did you guys think about this one?
I really, really wanted to like it, but I just didn't.
I like this one.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Gary.
Oh, no, okay. It's another fun Mimi episode. I mean, she's not like the boss that she has been in previous episodes, but it's nice to see where. How should I say that? It's nice to see that she isn't like on top of everything, because like during the whole school course thing, she's not the best, and she's fine with that for the most part.
She kind of has to become okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of amusing seeing Mimi just epically do poorly. And like there is like satisfying moments. Just I guess the episode fell short for me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's kind of the main thing. It just kind of fell a little short for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of on Team Gary here. I thought this was just kind of a fun Mimi episode. Like I didn't feel like it really did much. And I mean, it kind of made an excuse for Palmon to evolve, which I did think, because I know we kind of have a discussion every time someone gets a mega evolution, whether it was deserved or not. I think this one works, just because, like, I guess kind of when I'm thinking about it, it's like what Rosemon represents is kind of like this kind of pure, like, got her mega through hard work and stuff, and you got Bancho Mamimon who apparently did it the wrong way and kind of took shortcuts or whatever. So kind of her standing up and like teaching him the right way. So in that aspect, I kind of thought it was deserved.
Yeah. And even in the context of the episode, it makes sense because the school is teaching how to like go to like do the mega evolve thing.
Yeah.
The only thing that kind of bugged me is why is Tai here? Is literally pointless.
He just shows up. Maybe he doesn't even know he showed up.
You can take him out, and its story would not change at all.
Yeah, no, he doesn't need to be here at all. Like he doesn't show up to like halfway through the episode, and he just appears. And even Mimi's like, "Why are you here?"
I like Tai being there because he sucked at it, and he was okay with it.
Yeah. Oh man. I liked a quip from Babamon, who like Mimi tried to tell her name, and she's like, "That's too confusing. You're gonna be Mimimon now." But I like the part where they're doing the target practice, and everyone's like shooting their powers at this target, which oddly has a picture of Greymon on it, and she's saying, "Okay, what do we do when bad Digimon are around?" But like it's Mimi's turn, and she's like, "What? You don't like shoot lasers from your eyes or breathe fire or anything?" So that was funny. I don't know if this is a reference or not. But I felt that Bancho Mamimon, for what little JoJo Bizarre Adventure knowledge I have, I felt was kind of a reference to him. He's got the weird like school guy hat that like flares out into hair at the back. I think the weird aura thing he says when he fights, I think it's the same thing JoJo does. So I would not be surprised if it's
that is the archetypical, very stereotypical delinquent kind
of. I get the Bancho stereotype. He's like the school tough and all that stuff. I just didn't know if it was like more like that, but also some JoJo in there. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know much about that series, so who knows? I could be talking out of my ass, most likely.
I think it was just like a general like I'm blanking, like a general
bad boy.
Gosh, I can't think of the term. Like I want to say Yuzuka, like the kind of kids who go become gangsters, and there's a certain term for them. Yeah, I think you're just kind of going for a general of that.
Yeah, I do like that. It was weird because like I saw his silhouette when Babamon was doing her flashback, and I already knew who it was because I just occasionally will go up looking like, okay, what Digimon are out now, and I find it really funny the Bancho type. There's actually a few of them. Like there's a Bancho Leomon. I know there's a Bancho Lilymon, which I was actually kind of expecting to see in this one. I like it because she has like a spiky vine yo-yos as her weapon, and she's got like a big coat on. That's kind of funny.
I was really excited. I think it's Digimon is his name, the old man.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, the Digimon taming games.
Oh yeah.
So excited to see him.
Yeah, it was cool to see those two pop up again, because I know they've kind of popped up throughout the series as before. All that good stuff. But I don't know. I thought this was fun. I obviously have no fault if you didn't enjoy it, and it's totally fine.
I mean, to be fair, there's episodes I've enjoyed that you guys haven't, so it's all good.
We all got our own opinions, and that is quite all right.
Jeremy Snow here, owner and editor-in-chief of The Geekly Grind. I'm interrupting your awesome, regularly scheduled programming to ensure that you know about our Geekly Grind podcast network, of which this show is a treasured member of. If you haven't had a chance to check out our site, you can do so at www.thegeeklygrind.com, and while you're there, check out the other members of our steadily growing podcast family, including the anime-centric Blake and Spencer Get Jumped, discovering new heroes and comic book keepers with Chris and Lance, exploring the vast universe of geekdom with Geeksploration, or of course appreciating animation's finer details with the Ink and Paint Club. Escape your weekly grind at the Geekly Grind.
All right, well, that will bring us to our last episode. That is going to be the Gold Wolf of the Crescent Moon. It has the word wolf in it, so I'm going to let you guess who this is about. But
Agumon.
Right.
It's about Agumon.
Yeah, it might be about Agumon. I don't know. He does show up because he has to. Literally. I just want everyone to take a big drink every time Metal Greymon shows up, because I know I've said it before, but goddamn, he shows up in every episode now. And I love
a big drink of water.
You take a big drink of whatever you want. But no, like, and it's weird because I love Metal Greymon, but goddamn, he shows up in every episode.
Not everything's about you, Tai and Matt and Gabumon.
He's the main character.
Yep.
But this episode follows mostly Matt and Gabumon, who end up in this mysterious forest, which is haunted by an old samurai riding a zombie horse.
attached to a zombie horse.
And he's physically from the waist down attached to a zombie horse.
Think a centaur, but instead of a human torso where the head is, there's a human torso sticking out from the back.
It's literally it's a horse, but you stuck a human torso on its back.
It actually really reminded me of a Yu-Gi-Oh monster.
Yeah, he's got some of that. But this so this forest is haunted by this old samurai dude, Zombamon, and apparently he's been just going around wrecking the place so much that he's destroyed villages, and like there's now this new village in the forest that is just an amalgamation of everyone who had their village destroyed. And kind of the focal point from this village Digimon is this guy called Strabimon, who is very strange because, one, I don't like that he is basically just a child with a wolf head. I think his body is very strange. Also,
I found his design very upsetting. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's kind of weird looking, but also I don't remember if anyone remembers Digimon Frontier, the 4th season. There was a part where the fucking main guy goes to the real world, but he's like a weird half beast child. Yeah, so the Strabimon in this is like the wolf version of the Matt of that season, but he never shows up. So yeah, it's weird seeing him now out of context from the Digimon spirits, I guess. But they learn about this story about this Gabumon has been having like weird dreams about this ghost samurai and this giant golden samurai dude that had a fight like long ago, and they eventually learn the story about. And then he finds the sword that the old knight old warrior used to use to fight Zambamon the first time, and that ends up being the key to his second mega evolution.
Yep.
Because we get Garurumon, who is a weird golden wolf man with a giant spear. Weird sight spear thing.
Like for some reason, it's just that only this sword can be used against the
because he used to, because the warrior spirit, Gary, he used to kill Zambamon the first time, and now Zambamon's spirit is haunting the sword, or his swords. I don't know. There was talk of haunted swords. I'm gonna say this might be, honestly, is a Matt episode, and I am almost ashamed to say this. I think this is my favorite of the 3.
Really?
I don't know how you. Because I liked it because it is basically like an old samurai story, and I like that it, like, for me, like, I know we have ragged on how Gabumon got up to Metal Garurumon the first, and how it felt like so like nothing. To me, this episode completely makes up for it. Like, I feel like this one was very well deserved and well put together.
Oh yeah, story-wise, it makes sense. Like, it could very well be the same Digimon, like since Gabumon is the reincarnation of a previous self.
So that's kind of what I was taking from this, is that we've been told that there's the Holy Digimon, and there was this big war long ago. And I'm just assumed that when Gabumon was having these like dream flashbacks, is that it was him remembering that time. And because the Digivice compass has been leading them to like really discover their true power or something like that, it makes sense that it would lead them to this sword. So the fact that it has Gabumon having these visions, wait a minute, I need to have this sword. Like, he just takes the sword when they find it in the cave and like, just trust me, I need this. And I like that it was about like Matt and Gabumon trying to save this little tiny village from this wandering ghost samurai out in the forest. So, I don't know. I just thought it was cool, and I thought it was like really well constructed.
Also, really badass. Like towards like towards the end of the fight before the Digivolution, like with the sword being broken and Matt like lugging this huge thing that's like 3 times taller than he is, trying to block block an attack.
Yeah.
Yes. I really liked it. I don't have a lot to say about it, but I liked it.
There's one gripe. I have one gripe about Kresgerurumon's design. Like any scene of him like facing away from the camera, like this is just so weird that his like there's a big hole in his armor where his butt is, and it's just a hollow void with like the tail coming out. Like that particular part of the design just bugs me. Like look, everything else looks so cool, but then
I'm just gonna say Kresgerumon is weird looking. Like for as badass as the situation he is in, no, he is fucking weird looking. I don't like. I feel like when Digimon gets a little too complicated with their designs, a little too over detailed, it does not translate to animation well. And Kresgerumon is an example of this.
I really liked Kresgerumon, actually. I think he looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I do too. It's just his butt is a big hole that leads to emptiness.
He's got a big old butthole. A big old hole.
Big old butthole, yep.
It's gonna be the subtitle for this episode is Big Old Butthole. But no, I like this episode. I think it kind of redeemed the kind of lackluster way that that Matt got, or Gabumon got his first Mega Evolution. I think this kind of makes up for it. And I am curious because there is a variation of Omnimon, and we can talk about the new outro here in a second if you guys want. But there is a variation of Omnimon that specifically has the heads of this Garurumon and the Blitz Greymon, that red robot Greymon that Agumon turned into a while back.
Oh.
So I am wondering if we're going to get a new variant of Omnimon in this show with those two instead of their normal evolutions.
That would be cool. That'd be probably better than them becoming a giant Mega Evolution blob.
Yeah, it's called Omnimon Alter S. Is the variant of him. So I will be curious to see if that shows up.
Yep.
Anything else we want to talk about this episode? Oh, good. So I think not in the first episode we talked about, the Mimi episode, I think is when they switched to the latest outro. The song is catchy. The animation itself is very just eh.
I both love and hate the animation. Sorry, go ahead.
It's a lot of still images.
Well, there's a lot of reuse of like clips.
Yeah,
but there are like.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, there's like a little bit that I really like how Agumon, when they show the sequence of evolution, like how the animation sync of them like jumping towards the screen. Like that part is neat. I like it. I don't mind having a lot of stills since it is an outro, but it's just that a lot of reuse and evolution scenes.
I'm opposed to it having still images because I think like a lot of them are mostly still images. It's just like
they're bland. It's very
bland because pretty much all of the outros we've had so far kind of either have like an atmosphere or they tell a little bit of a story. Like the last one, it like had them as little kids. It had them walking through a forest. It had kind of like a fall kind of wintertime vibe to it.
Yeah.
But this one is just kind of like them there floating in a void. Show some clips from the show.
It's a clip show.
It's a clip show ending, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But no, the song's catchy at least, so I kind of like that.
Yeah, I might check out the song and see if I can find it.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of weird in that it's very, I forgot. Kind of like not great musically, but it's like so bad it's good kind of for me.
Yeah. It's a very poppy song, almost like a K-pop
Yeah.
song a little bit.
Yeah.
It might be K-pop for all I fucking know. I'll listen to BTS. Yeah, so it's all right. It's fine. I don't know how often we talk about the fucking outro. The intro never changes, as far as I know. I skip over it most of the time.
Yeah, I watch it every time, and I'm always like, huh.
Never changes.
It's like these lyrics are just interesting every time.
That's why I don't pay attention to the lyrics in fucking anime music, because they're all stupid. All right. Well, guys, I think that'll do it for this week. We're finally back on track. I think we'll finally be back to our every other week schedule now. So, let us know what you thought about these episodes in the comments and all the social pages. You know where to find the links in the description, all that good stuff. But we'll be back again soon to talk about more Digimon. We are getting dangerously close to the end of this series if we are still holding to the 66 episode limit we were promised, but we'll see. The jellyfish are supposed to come back. I saw that in the preview. So
Hey!
we'll see what the weird jellyfish have to do.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening. Stay safe. We'll catch you all next time.
Bye.